Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to talk about present perfect tense. Uh, what is present perfect tense? Let's talk about it. First of all, we will study the definition of present perfect tense, clear. Then we will move towards structure, and then we will go with examples, and then we will study more usages of present perfect tense. Present perfect tense there, it shows an action as well as state. If you remember, I told you that only continuous tenses, continuous shows only action. Rest of the tenses, they show action plus state. So the same way, like, you know, we studied simple present tense. Simple present tense shows action plus state. Simple past tense shows state plus action. Like, I play cricket, I'm a teacher. I play cricket, so I play cricket, it's an action. I'm a teacher, it's a state. Like in simple past tense, they played cricket, action. I was a teacher, state. Clear? So the same way over here, even like in simple future tense, we study about state and action. Clear? I will go to UK, it's an action, I will go. I will be happy, it's a state. Are you getting it? Clear? So the same way present perfect tense, it shows a state and plus it shows an action. Clear? It shows both state plus action. This is an action, and the second one, it shows a state. That happened or didn't happen. When? In the past. In the past, remember, it talks about the past. An action, it completed or didn't complete it. It happened or didn't happen. It took place or didn't take place. When? In the past. In that past. But what is very important here, in a unspecific time. An unspecific time. Let me explain it like through different ways. You will understand in a proper way. Let me explain it. Look, action happened when? It happened in the past. But number two, time. This time is unspecific, unclear. An action happened in the past and unclear time. And again. If you remember, this is present perfect tense. In simple past tense, we studied clear that action happened when? In the past. But number second thing we studied there, that time is what? Time is specific. Excellent. Over here, time is unspecific. In this case, time is specific. Time is clear. Number one difference. Number two, second difference is that present perfect tense, let me write down here above that is about present perfect tense. And the second one, this is simple past tense. Let me give you another difference. Present perfect tense, present perfect tense has present connection. It has got what? Present connection. And simple past tense has no present connection. Look, two differences I told you. That's why we call it present perfect. It has got present connection. While simple past tense, it does not have present connection. Number one difference. Number two difference, simple past tense, it happened in the past in a particular time. But this tense, it happened in unparticular time. Look, in simple past tense, we are more concerned with the time. But in present perfect tense, we are not concerned with the time, we are more concerned with an action. Look, let me give you an example, then you will understand a better way. If I say, look, she has cleaned the room. And if I say, she cleaned the room last night, for example, if I say, she cleaned the room last night. Look, what is the difference between these two sentences? One is simple present perfect, the second one is simple past tense. She has cleaned the room. What does it talk? It talks that this action happened in the past. When she cleaned the room, we are not concerned with that. We are concerned with what? With an action. Number one. Number two, it has got present connection. What is present connection? Now the room is cleaned. Now the room, like for example, you entered and you see, you look here, the room is clean. You say, oh, she cleaned the room. She has cleaned the room. Here, she has cleaned the room. We're not concerned with the time. When she cleaned the room last night, yesterday, or last week, whatever, time is unspecific, but more we concerned with the cleanness, with an action. The second one, she cleaned the room last night. This action happened in the past, and that is finished. It's complete. That's done. Clear? Like for example, look, if I come and you're eating your food, your lunch, and you ask me, sir, come join us. And I say, oh, thank you, I have eaten my lunch. I will not say I ate my lunch. How would I say? I have eaten my lunch. When did I eat my lunch? You are not concerned, but you are concerned with an action that I have eaten, and now it has got present connection. My stomach is full. Are you getting it? And if, like, for example, I ask you, what did you eat last night? I ate rice. I ate rice. You will not say I have eaten rice. Are you getting it? Like, are you sensing the meaning? You know the differences between these two. I ate and I have eaten. There is big difference. Are you getting it? Clear? Like, for example, you want to say, I met Ali. I met Ali last week. You will not say I have met Ali last week. In this case, like for example, if I tell you, call Ali, you say, sir, I have already called him. I have called him. What's the present connection? You don't need to call. You will not say I called him. You can say I called him, but more appropriate one is what? I have called him. Are you getting it? Clear? That is what we have, like the difference. In present perfect tense, we will use first of all subject. After subject, we add up has or have. Clear? Has or have. If the subject is singular, we use has. If the subject is plural, we will use have. After that, we use past participle form of the verb. Which form of the verb? Past participle. Past participle means third form of the verb. Clear? Verb, third form. Plus rest of the sentence. Like if I say, I have eaten my lunch. I have eaten my lunch. Clear? This is what we have about the structure, positive structure. You can go for it. Here is the structure. Let's talk about it. This is the positive structure. Ali has studied for the test. They have performed the prayer. We have bought a new car. But can you see here, this one, this is state. How we can express state? Look, I have been, I have because of subject, and now we need third form of verb. And B, third form of B is been. I have been sick. I have been sick. So can you see what does it show now? It doesn't show an action, it shows a state. Whenever you want to show a state, Claire, you will use after has and have, been. So main third form of the word will be been always. Are you getting it? So it shows what? It shows a state. How can we go with the negative structure? You will just simply put not after auxiliary verbs. Yesterday I told you that negative and questions are made only because of what? Because of the auxiliaries. Clear? With auxiliaries, we will put what? Not after his or have. Clear? Ali has not studied for the test. He has not studied. They have not studied. Clear? So just put not after that. And short form of has not is hasn't. Short form of have not is haven't. He haven't. Clear? And the question one, you can ask question with what? With has and have. Always like we ask questions with auxiliaries. Clear? So these are the auxiliaries that we can ask questions. Has Ali studied for the test? Has Ali studied for the test? Clear? So this is the question. Structure. Has Ali studied for the test? Have they performed the prayer? It means we can understand from has and have. Whenever an IELTS examiner, he asks you a question with has and have, you must know that examiner is asking in which tense? Present perfect tense. Clear? Have you studied English? Have you studied English? Present perfect. Then you need to also give your answer in present perfect. Now, these are the short form contraction forms. Clear? You can use I have, I have. You can use contraction form with the subject, has or have, or you can use with not, one only. Clear? Examiner can ask you for the students of IELTS in this way. Clear? He can ask you questions in this way. He will ask you question with how long. He will ask you question with what? With how long. Whenever he asks you question with how long, he wants to know about your lifetime experiences. He wants to know about what? Your lifetime experiences. How long? For example, if I ask you, how long have you studied English? Can you see here? I asked you, how long have you studied English? I want to know about the length, the duration of an action, that how long you have studied English. I want to know about the duration of time. Clear? Then now you should understand which tense is this? Present perfect. And to give duration of an action, again, you will use which tense? Present perfect tense. Are you getting it? Like how you can go, I have studied English for 2 years. Or you can say, I have studied English since 2018, for example. Remember, most of the cases, students, they do mistake and since and far. Far is used with duration of time. With duration of time. And since is used with, yeah, exact time. Can you see, like, since Monday, since June, since July, since 2009, clear exact date, time. If you want to mention, then you will use since. But if you want to talk about the duration of an action, then you will use what? Far. I have studied English for 2 years. Clear? Exact time was what? Year. That was 2018. Are you getting it? So like he can ask you, like you can ask me, sir, how long have you taught English? You want to know about my teaching experience. And if I say, I've taught English since 2004. So this is what I'm talking about, the duration of an action. How long? Clear? Like I can ask you, how long have you lived in Peshawar? How long have you lived in Peshawar? An action started in the past, comes to present, and may or may not go to future. This is used for that action. This is used for what? For a type of thing that started in the past. Like for example, I started living in Peshawar in 2000, for example. And now which year it is? 2020, 20 years. And may or may not, I may or may not live in future as well. So then we use, you know, sense and thought for that case. Like I have lived in Peshawar for 20 years. Or I can say I've lived in Peshawar for since 2020, 2000. Are you getting it? So for that case, you should also know about that, what we have. We can ask question, clear? Ever we can use in present perfect tense, ever, never, yet, and already. We can use these things as well. Ever and never, clear? If you want to talk about ever and never, it talks about your lifetime experiences, general experiences. Like I want to ask you, have you ever gone to America, or have you ever been to America? It's your lifetime experience. Or have you ever met Imran Khan? Or again, have you ever studied English? I want to know about lifetime, that have you done this action in your life, throughout your life, once or not? Have you ever? Clear? So you can say, yes, I have met Imran Khan twice. Again, I have met Imran Khan twice. So in this case, we use present perfect tense, and you will use ever. You can say, no, I have never. If you want to talk about 0% of your experiences you want to share, you will use never. I've never met Imran Khan. I've never met Imran Khan in my life. Clear? So this would be used in this case. Yet you can use, we use yet and present perfect tense to talk about action that hasn't happened up to now. Like I haven't completed my, Claire, I haven't completed my bachelor's yet, for example. Claire, I haven't completed my master's yet. You're talking to people and something that is not completed yet. It is remaining. It's in the middle. Like for example, Ali hasn't come yet. Ali hasn't come yet. Present perfect tense, and I'm talking about he hasn't come yet. Get it? So then you can use that yet. Yet can be used at the end of a sentence. Clear? Already we use at a time when something happens before expected time. When something happens before expected time. Like for example, I ask you, are you done like with the writing? You say, yes, sir, we have already done. I was expecting that you might not write it down. And you say that, yes, sir, we have already done it. We've completed. You've already completed. Clear? For example, I call you, what about the guest? They have already arrived, or he has already arrived. I was expecting that he will come after an hour, clear, but he has already arrived. So we use in that case what? Already. Since and far, I have already, we discussed earlier, since and far, that when an action that started in the past continues to present and may or may not go to future. Clear? We have already studied that one earlier. Is this clear? So it was all about your present perfect tense.